the best way to predict the future is to create it. So the civilization was based in very abstract concepts. The concept of future itself is a beautiful abstraction since uh, we can just stay in the present time. If our mind goes to our future, we can feel a little bit anxious. And if our mind goes to the past, we can be we can feel a little bit nostalgic. So basically, the civilization was created on the premise of a great future for humankind, for everyone. But there was a time where our ancestors were more close to the struggler, Homo struggling than Homo sapiens because they didn't have the economy for granted. Moreover, the economy is a modern human invention. Most of the time, our ancestors and the humankind have been living without the economy as a social science. Is a modern concept. Since we created the first industrial revolution, pretty much follows the modern economy as we know. And today, more than ever, the economy is has been building up in a very amazing abstract concepts as well. Uh, the concept of futures in economy is amazing because it's based in the abstraction of the future, but is kind of borrowing from the future, of course, under the premise that the future is prosperous and that we are all wealthy in the future. So just to remind you that even nature uh, likes to joke a little bit with us because that thing that we call the complex number, which has a part which is fixed by two parts. One is a real part, and the other one we call imaginary part, the imaginary numbers. Turns out that the nature in their building blocks, which means in their uh, very quantum reality, use very much those numbers instead of the real numbers. So use more complex numbers. But bottom line is that our civilization is based in the premise of a prosperous future uh, for our kids, grandkids, and grandkids. So we have the premise to make plans for the long term, for the long haul. And basically, the main concept where we can make such good plans for the future are based in two main resources, which is the human resources and the process. All the countries, all the enterprises, all the companies, all types of industry are based in people and process. So the bottom line is we should keep going on training people to match good process. So as long as the team should do all force and the process match, make a perfect match, things are going to be okay. So in order to make a good master plan, we should train the people and enhance process. But things will uh, be a wonderful practice to grow in a very steady pace because we should do it in a very steady pace. So that's the real challenge to ensure that the premise where the simulation is based on will be real, that we are wealthy, prosperous, and happy in the present, and of course, in the future